I'm going to see so-and-so this morning. I know I'm going to see Becky when I come to church on Sunday. Lord, would you help me to know how to encourage her? What would encourage? That kind of, if that preparation's involved before we come on a Sunday morning, before we come to a cell meeting, when we greet each other in the morning. One occasion, Jesus was out praying well before he met other people. It was Martin Luther. Martin Luther said on a particularly busy day, I need to pray 2 hours. That basically is saying it's the preparation before is the key. So do others get energized when they're around you? If you're unsure, just ask them. There's a thought. Are you personally committed to nurturing healthy relationships with others? What would it mean to nurture? I have to work on this. That's something I have to work on. I have to work on, what does this mean? Are you personally committed to nurturing? So what's this mean for us to go to continue to put the healthy things in the relationships? But if both people are committed to nurturing healthy relationship, a relationship can really start growing. If one person's just committed to it, it's difficult. Difficult. I like Andy Warhol. When I got my first television set, I stopped caring so much about having close relationships. There are things that disconnect us in this culture. I know Benita and I when we were in Virginia, we were eating at a Red Lobster. And when we were eating at the Red Lobster, there was this couple that was adjacent to us. They were both sitting there, and Benita made a note. There they are, both engaged on their phones as they're with each other. And there wasn't conversation with each other. They were physically there, but they weren't. It was a different experience. Is there a mutual understanding of a give and take exchange in your relationships? Great question. Now I say a mutual understanding of give and take, because sometimes one party may be giving more sometimes than others. But is there a mutual understanding? And this has to do with boundaries. This has to do with how we connect. Because sometimes relationships get codependent in strange ways. Where there is not a good balance, it becomes draining, or you assume that Jeff is the one that's supposed to make me happy. Or this person's supposed to make me happy by what they do. Or, God forbid, if you somehow think that you're supposed to make someone happy, that's not going to happen. Happy is he whose God is the Lord, the psalmist says. Is there a mutual understanding of give and take exchange? It's within that give and take exchange. There's a time to give, and there's a time to receive. And sometimes we don't want to receive. Sometimes we want to receive only what we want to receive. But there needs to be this good balance. Do you embrace shared values and principles as the foundation of your relationships? Because how can two walk together, as Hosea says, unless they agree? How do you have a great relationship with anyone unless there are shared values and principles of what's like being a major close friend with someone who is a Christian with someone that's not a Christian? What's the shared values and principles? Difficult. Difficult. I'm not sure how that can really work. Someone will need to compromise, and not in good ways. When you're together, do you both pursue a shared mutual vision? What's the goal of being together? Where are we headed? What are we doing? God, why do you want me in their life? Do we understand why God put us together? Oh, that makes great relationships. If not, this is what I've seen, even among Christians. We get together, and it's sort of about God, but sort of really not about God, because God really doesn't come up much. And then we make it our relationship, even though that person's a Christian and I'm a Christian, but we make it our relationship, even sort of outside of God. It's not really a shared mutual vision. Patricia Hewitt says people are not perfect. Very often the relationships that are strongest are those where people have worked through the big crises, but they have had to work through them. So the challenge to us is to work through that. Everybody comes to a crisis. We talked about that last week. What's it mean to work through? Sometimes we think if we talk about it, it's worked through. Well, I'm not sure. We talk about how the car is broken, talk about how it needs a tune-up or it needs engine work, but it's never worked through. Just talking about it isn't necessarily going to make it go away or it heal. What's it mean to work through? That's hard. That's hard. That takes give and take. That takes listening and receiving and giving. Is the relationship characterized by integrity, security, and contentment, or drama and angst? Some relationships are all about drama. Some relationships, it's all about stuff. It's just, what's, you know, if you take the drama out of some relationships, you don't have any. There's nothing there. It's all about the, what do you
Well, we went to a marriage seminar and the fellow was talking about, you know, marriage being heaven or hell, you know, and he's this real taking you to the extremes of either, and too often we settle for not really relating. And I can understand his point, but he's a very intense personality. It's like, man, do you have to live in heaven or hell all the time?
Everything's heaven or hell. I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, some people, it's riding the roller coaster. Some relationships, it's either, I mean, we're close to God and it's heaven and everything's coming down in sunshine, or we're down in the pit. And you know, relationships like that will mess you up. Hey, that can be toxic. But just as Benita said, if you don't have any passion, that's cruddy too. But is it marked by? What's it marked by? Integrity, security, contentment. Those are healthy relationships. Our control struggle is the middle of the relationship. Someone has to be in control or right. Wow, that's a tough relationship. Control issues. Someone has to be in control or right all the time. That's, man. that's a tough relationship.